Do you want to make your videos look like they were shot on a classic film camera, but don't have the time, money, or resources to do so? Well, guess what? With Dehancer, you can. And let me show you how. I'll be giving you guys some tutorials and explanations on what all the beautiful stuff Dehancer has included. If you guys stick around a little bit longer, I'll show you how I up the production quality of my feature film, Hitting in the Slaughter. So you may be wondering, how do we achieve this look that we're trying to reach for? You know, shooting digitally looks too sharp. Shooting film has that beautiful, buttery looking film aspect that we just can't achieve shooting digitally. Well, you could buy a $60,000 film camera and then also develop the film, cut the film, and edit the film together, and then also transfer it back to digital. Or you could shoot digitally and then enhance it with Dehancer. Alright, so full transparency, Dehancer reached out to me and wanted me to review their product, and I was more than ecstatic to do so. I see the capabilities that it's worth, and oh my gosh, this will enhance any film, especially the feature film that I'm working on behind me. It's going to enhance any filmmaking project you have. It makes it feel more raw, more real, and something that we're all striving for. So let's just hop into it. So I shot this with my FX30, and I have the Rec 709 LUT color graded on there, and then also I did my own little tweaks. So that's what I recommend doing first, and then you can transfer over to Dehancer. And it's as simple as going to your effects panel, typing in Dehancer, and then putting it on your clip. So first of all, I like starting with the film stock. There are 63 total film stocks to choose from. Right on this clip, I have the Fujicolor 100, which I think works out quite well for more darkly lit scenes. Now the film stocks are the main reason why you would probably want Dehancer, so I'd recommend going through and clicking on all of them to see which one best fits each of your clips. Next up, we have film grain. You can also switch these to custom, which I think is really cool, and you can kind of bring it down if you're not too happy. Now you really can't see because here on YouTube it's kind of tough to see the grain, so I'm going to go ahead and scale in for you. And you can see over his shoulder whenever I play around with the size of the grain, which yeah, it's more of an acquired taste. I prefer mine quite small for the grain. Next up is the halation. So this clip here is a perfect example of halation. You can see with the lights on the left side, it has this nice glow around it. I'm going to go ahead and scale in a little bit more, that way you can kind of see better. They have that nice glow, and that is due to the halation. I'm going to go ahead and disable it, and you can see it just gives a nice highlight around the brightest part of the image. And that's pretty classic for film look. So film damage, that's another fun one. You can see sometimes that there's white specks within the frame. This is because dust got in between the frames of film while they're editing. So King Kong is a good example of whenever you see film damage, of course, because it was shot such a long time ago, but you see those white specks within the frame. It's just dust that got on top of the film. We don't have to worry about that anymore considering we edit digitally. Next up is gate weave. Sometimes you can see if in old films, whenever they're on the reel, it shimmies back and forth, so that is the gate weave, and it kind of gives it a camera shake look, but actually it's not camera shake at all. It's just the film going through the film reel and spewing back and forth. So you may be wondering, why should I even buy Dehancer? Like, can't I just do most of this stuff on CapCut? Well, no. You can't do half this stuff on CapCut. You may be able to put grain over top of your footage, but you're not able to go in and adjust the size of your grain, or how much halation you want in your image, or how much gate weave you want back and forth. You're able to actually go in and adjust every little minute detail that regularly you wouldn't have the option to do so. There's no other software that can emulate film like Dehancer. There's no way. It doesn't exist. What if you just want to edit photos and make them look vintage? Well, you're in luck because Dehancer just came out with an app, and it has the exact same tools as it does in Premiere. So you can scroll through, it still has all of the different film stock that you could ever ask for, and it already gives you a preview to check out which ones might be the best fit for your photo. Here's some photos I took from Wyoming, and I'm scanning through here. Yeah, I think Fujicolor C200 works pretty well for this one. And then you can edit everything as much as you'd like too. Of course, I'm playing around with the exposure, total contrast, all that good stuff in order to find a compelling image that makes it feel the most nostalgic and film-esque as possible. Next up, we got this photo I took in Central Park of this lady walking her dog. You see me messing around with some diffusion here and just playing around with the controls. I think the best bet whenever you get this app is just to toy around with as much as you can and see what you come out with. If you're looking for a film look for your footage, then give Dehancer a try. Now, disclaimer, I never said that I'm a professional colorist. I enjoy playing around with the tools at my fingertips, but I hope you came away from this video learning a thing or two. If you head over to their website, you can also learn a bunch more about the product and the company if you're interested. You can also see the pricing and requirements I mentioned earlier. But download the free trial, play around with it for a little bit, and see if you like it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button because there's definitely more on the way. Subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'm glad you guys watched and enjoyed. God, that's awful. What a fucking horrible way to end the video.
So what's your thoughts on Dehancer? I think it's pretty cool that they were able to reach out to me and want me to kind of review their things. Because I think it's so important to kind of call back to what we all love, which is film. Seeing film on film instead of digital, it's a whole different experience.
I don't have the money to convert film to digital. What do I do? I feel like I have no place to
What do
turn.
you mean? You don't have $18 million to spend on these humongous, gigantic cameras that shoot on film that are super loud?
I'm a college student. I don't have the money to pay for to get my film.
Well, what do you have money to pay for? A cheap digital camera.
Well, it'd be nice if there was like a website or a kind of tool that I could use, where I could just make like kind of an overlay.
I wish there was a way to actually like get in there and mess with like the bloom and film grain and everything. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I'm listening.
Of course. Well, luckily, I'll let you know. Dehancer has solved all of our problems. So let's go hop in the editing room and check it out.